take questions for whoever is ready. Brian, go ahead.
What can it do for a team to have a game like this that you really have to, as you would say, grind out, but also you have it won, then you don't have it won, and then you take it back?
Just being able to hang in there is, for us, we had some things go against us. I think when you get off to a good start, and then they jump right back in the game. It's always going to go back and forth when you get two competitive teams, but just kind of stay in the course. Obviously, like I said, some things went against us, but that's obviously from my perspective. But there at the end of the game, when we think there's a foul call, there's a no call, and then we get the ball back, they probably think there's a foul call, there's a no call, and then we hit that shot. But our ability to not push the lead out a little bit and make free throws and do some basic things when we had a chance in the second half. They made more plays in that stretch and got it close. But proud of your guys more than anything. The game comes down to a play or two in each regulation and overtime, and obviously this game could have went either way. So very fortunate to win, and still proud of our guys being able to, especially make our free throws or make enough free throws down the stretch.
Just for Sasha to hit those kind of shots,
right.
What about his mental makeup allows him to step up in those moments?
Well, yeah, you haven't been in that moment a lot. Obviously, the past year, when you play behind guys, you're normally not in at those times. So he's got off to some really good starts here at home, and he got off to another good start. So it was great to see him finish that out. But after that scramble, and we didn't lose our wits about us. We were able to move the ball a couple times and find him in that scramble, and he knocks down that three. And then I think in the second overtime, him making that big three off of a pin down. When I thought, I think it was Kalsher, did a pretty good job of guarding him. He didn't have much space right there, and Sasha shot on the run, and that's important. When you have guys that can shoot, that helps. But when you got guys that can move and shoot, like both teams have, that really helps you, especially in situations like that when you're not going to get much breathing room.
How important was No-Joe's defense on Carr? It seemed like he really gave him fits with his length and was able to force some key turnovers late.
Right, well, obviously, the start of the game, Carr's a guy that's not a high, volume three-point shooter. And so for him, he normally gets his threes when he kind of gets going, and he's pretty streaky from three, but he's so good off the bounce at making plays and getting to the rim. He made a couple of those threes after we substituted in the first half. We thought we were in a good spot, but then No-Joe gets 3 fouls in the first half. So we played small, and actually No-Joe starts on their 4. But as the game progressed, we wanted to go to him, but he had foul trouble. Eric Hunter had some foul trouble because Carr's such a tough, matchup. But I thought it was, in my opinion, it was a difference. Just, No-Joe defended him at the end of the game, and also Carr's fatigue. I think that had I think if No-Joe's on him and he's fresh since the beginning of the game, to his defense, he's pretty good. He's pretty shifty and causes people a lot of problems. But I thought No-Joe did a good job there at the end, and it really helped us because Carr didn't score at the end.
Just to elaborate on that a little bit, just what do you think No-Joe did so well in that situation? It certainly seemed like Marcus was even just turning the ball around and kicking it around where you hadn't seen that all game.
Yeah, well, he long steps you. He can Euro step and get by people and then kind of go over them. He's good at getting back to his right hand and shooting kind of those runners, half floaters, layups. A couple of those. He gets by people and then he shoots it oversized and still makes it. So just trying to make it as hard as possible with our bigs coming over to help, and then putting No-Joe on him, and then being active with his hands and trying our best when he became a passer to get up in the air and just make everything difficult. So those passes aren't clean going back. After he started going, we left some guys open, and that's, as a coach, you don't like doing that, but you just don't want somebody like him to beat you after he was so successful in that run in the second half.
Obviously, career high 26 from Matt. How impressed were you by his ability to play 40 minutes after not having played a full game in almost 3 weeks?
Well, obviously, we would not like to play him as much as we did tonight, but we had to. I thought offensively we did some good things. We miss him at times, just like we miss Travion. We got to do a better job of getting them the basketball, but between them, they shot 26 shots, which isn't awful. And I thought he did some really good things. Defensively, you can see instinctually he's so good, and like he's just not back yet. He's not there. It doesn't mean he can't get there in a short amount of time. But he had a couple of plays that he normally makes defensively that you can see fatigue setting in with him.
Can you just kind of speak to the play Travion made to find Sasha for that three, where he gets a loose ball, has the presence of mind to find him,
Right.
get the ball there?
Yeah. Well, Travion's a good passer. Sometimes he sees too much, and he tries to thread the needle or make a tough pass to someone who might not have the size to finish around the rim. But he understands who can shoot, who can't shoot, and it's just a good cerebral play for him to have his wits about him, and and find him, and Sasha to get his feet under him to make the shot.
Matt, what can this, as you look down the road for Travion to be in the situations that he was in tonight at the free throw line and some other crucial situations, could this be a building block for him a little bit?
I think just from a confidence standpoint, he's a really good rebounder, and actually tonight he didn't get as much. He played 27 minutes, he gets 9 rebounds, and we've seen him do that a lot in 20 minutes. But just the confidence of wanting the basketball late in the game and getting fouled, and but it was kind of the crucial time to make it at that time. But let's don't get excited about going 4 for 8. But it's still like when he made the tough ones, and the ones he missed, were ones during the course of the game. But he made some tough ones too. So hopefully he can build on that. And it's hard when you're not a great free throw shooter to want the ball in crunch time. Because now you get fouled, now you get put into that situation. So the more they can get there, the more they can feel comfortable.
And back to No Joe. You mentioned that everyone wants to score 20 points, but he's focused on making winning plays. How much of a benefit is it to have a player like that that's willing to impact the game in so many different ways,
Right.
Other than just putting points on the scoreboard?
Yeah, we ended up leading us last year in rebounds. He's not this year, but he's a guy that can do a lot of different things. We just played Central Michigan, and we were talking about matchups and switches and what to do, and their center was 6'7", 230. He's 6'7", 230. He, brings the ball up the court for us, guards different people. Started guarding the 4, ends up guarding Carr at the end, their point. So, and he's very selfless. Like a lot of times, you get guys and, you want it all. Who doesn't? And he's a guy that at the end of the day always puts Purdue winning, and, for him, he's been a part of a Big Ten championship team. He's been in the Elite Eight, and so now he still wants more and still has that hunger. So it's good to see, because that right there is contagious.
Is there anything else?
All right, thanks.
Thank you, guys.